Hello there, people of the internet. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing alright, thanks for asking. So, this right here is some 22 long rifle along with a revolver that shoots them. I don't want to say I harp on 22 long rifle on this channel a whole lot, but I definitely know the limitations of the cartridge, and I absolutely would not trust it to stop a threat immediately in the event that I needed it to defend myself. I'm sure that somebody's going to say in the comments, as people do all the time, they're going to tell me that plenty of people have been put in the dirt by 22 long rifle. Apparently, more people have been put in the dirt by 22 long rifle in comparison to every other cartridge, or so people tell me on the internet. If anyone can give me any hard facts on that, I would definitely appreciate it, like literal documentation to prove what they say is actually true. Let me know what you guys can find in the comments below. That being said, this is something I do not trust to immediately stop the threat. Will it kill something? Oh, absolutely. Will it put someone in the ground if they are hit by 22 long rifle in the right place at the right distance? Oh yeah, 10 out of 10. That being said, it might not do it immediately. You need proper shot placement to be able to effectively put down a target with 22 long rifle. Especially, well, that can be hard to do, especially if we are talking about a heat of the moment sort of situation. If something is standing still and not doing much, then yeah, absolutely, you can put a 22 long rifle in the right place to be able to put down whatever it is that you need to put down. But if something is right on top of you and, say, stabbing you with a knife, good luck getting that proper shot placement. Okay, so 22 long rifle, from a little barrel like this, we're not going to get full effective velocity. With this cheap bulk stuff, which is what most people would be using, you're looking at about 1,200 feet per second from a full-length barrel. I'd estimate like 900 feet per second from a short barrel like this, but I have not chronographed it, so I do not actually know those numbers, but I do know it is significantly slower and less powerful from a shorter barrel. That being said, I am never, ever going to harp on somebody from wanting to protect themselves. And if you have an absolute, budget, this right here is a really, really good option if you cannot afford anything else. This right here, this revolver, this particular one I got on the used market. I paid $90 for this, but I have seen them go for cheaper, as cheap as $75. This particular one had some really nice wood grips on it, which is why it was a little bit more expensive. But if you don't care about cosmetics, then you just want something to be able to protect yourself and your family, then you can get yourself, very easily one of these for between that $75 to $100 price point. Especially if you look on the used market, try and find yourself one that is still in pretty good shape. So you go out, you find yourself your revolver for not a lot of money, learn how to use it. It's pretty gosh darn simple. It's basically an 1873 single-action army style of ergonomic system. And now you can go out and get yourself some ammunition. Get yourself a 50-round box of some 22 long rifle. They tend to run anywhere from like $4 to $6 for that box of 50. And guess what? If you manage to score one of these revolvers for like that $75 price point, which I have seen them pop up at regularly, go to pawn shops, go to gun stores, look online, see what you can find on the used market. Something might pop up to give you that deal. Then you can get yourself this $4 box of 22 long rifle. Of course, price is going to vary on brand and the cartridge, etc., etc. If you get yourself the cheap bulk stuff, then yeah, $4, that'll get you a box of 50. So you got your revolver, you got your ammo, less than $80, absolutely a really good way to go. If you have a little bit more money, I definitely recommend getting yourself something a little bit better, like a 9mm, I don't know, high point, something that is going to be more effective than 22 long rifle. But if you don't have the money, then you just don't have the money. So let's say you spend the $80, you get the handgun, you get the ammo, and I don't know, a month down the road, you find yourself with like another $50 to spend or so. Well, this 22 long rifle, that's not something I would want to rely on in a defensive purpose. I'm sure somebody's going to say, hey, the world record bear was killed with 22 long, and yeah, it absolutely was whenever it was trapped and not moving. So that bear killed with 22 long. It also was hit in the head 8 different times with 22 long or 22 long at point blank range, and that would put down basically anything on the planet. But a heat of the moment thing, immediately stopping the threat, I just would not trust 22 long rifle at handgun velocities to be able to effectively do that. That being said, let's say you got an extra couple of dollars that you want to spend, you can actually go out and get yourself a conversion cylinder for these revolvers for 22 Magnum. And this right here is an absolute game changer. So this 22 Magnum round, suddenly you go from this little dinky cartridge to this much more effective round. From a full-length barrel, I think, this 22 long rifle or 22 Magnum cartridge sends a 40 grain projectile. Let me look at that projectile weight. Yeah, 40 grain projectile at approximately 2,000 feet per second, which is significantly more velocity. So, conversion cylinder, same gun, same everything. You just put in the new cylinder, and now you can fire 22 Magnum for it. I think those conversion cylinders tend to run about 30 bucks or so, and then you can go out and get yourself a box of 50 rounds of 22 Magnum. I think I paid $12 for this box or something like that for a dramatically more effective round than 22 long rifle. So, if you don't have the money to be able to get yourself something proper to defend yourself, absolutely a viable option, definitely better than having absolutely nothing. That being said, just because it's better than nothing does not mean that it is the best out there. This is not something that you should rely on for a defensive purpose, but it is definitely better than, you know, your angry words and fist shaking. If you want to go out and get yourself something that is not on the used market brand new, you can absolutely pick up one of these for less than $100, but used market, they tend to run around that $80 price point. So, got your revolver, got your ammo, less than 80 bucks, make upgrades down the road, you got yourself a couple of dollars, 22 Magnum cylinder, 22 Magnum ammunition, and now you can swap out between 22 long rifle if you want to train with your revolver, or if you're going up against things that do not require so much power, or if you are wanting to carry it for self-defensive purposes, swap out for your 22 Magnum. This right here is something that I absolutely would feel much more comfortable defending myself with 22 Magnum ammunition in comparison to 22 long rifle. This right here could get the job done. There's absolutely plenty of people who have successfully defended themselves with this cartridge, but with it being rimfire, it is unreliable. And with it being underpowered, that 40 grain bullet moving at, we'll call it 900 feet per second from the short barrel, you absolutely have to pay attention to where it is that you hit your target in order to stop them from doing whatever it is that they're doing that they need to stop doing. If the target is drunk, or if the target is high on a drug, or if the target is just not in a normal state, then just shooting them center mass probably won't get that job done. You have to hit something vital, and this right here, you absolutely have to hit something vital. If you have something else, like say a 45 ACP, and you mag dump them center mass in the chest, they're gonna go down just from energy transfer alone, versus something like 22 long rifle. You mag dump them with the 6 rounds of 22 long rifle, it might take them a minute or two, and if they're swinging at you with a machete, that minute or two will feel like an absolute lifetime. So, absolutely better than nothing, just not ideal. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you on the next episode. Since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garrett.
shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.